Hello everybody, welcome back to FM24 with the Youth Academy Challenge with Folkestone and Victor, and this is the start of Season 5 and we've been promoted to the National League. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and we are now officially a National League team. Our stadium has been upgraded, we've got a few more seats in it, and the squad has been sorted out into what we want to do, and this season's going to see a change of formation and an update to the Power BI board, so let's jump into that first. And here it is, as you can see, in all of its glory. So, new things very much quickly off the bat that you can see. We have a new goalkeeper positioning thing here, which is great. I've now factored in all the attributes I think that deal with shot stopping ability, aerial ability, communications, distribution, and 1v1s, and then they're all averaged out to give us the best goalkeeper at the club, which it's saying is Beckham Wooden, who we thought would be our first choice goalkeeper for this year. But it's thrown up some interesting conundrums in here because shot-stopping wise, Darnell Huggins is the best goalkeeper at the club. His distribution of 1 really puts me off because we play out from the back quite a lot. In terms of 1v1s, the best is Beckham Wooden, as you can see. Distributions, it's Beckham Wooden and Callum Wilson joint on 7. Beckham Wooden is the best of comms and he's second in aerial ability, only behind Callum Wilson. So you can see why, averaging it all out, Beckham Wooden becomes the best at the club. We've also updated our little map here as well, so it now includes the goalkeeper in it and the goalkeepers at the bottom, and then we've still got all of our set pieces and the defence midfield forward stuff in here as well, so all of this is the same. We've changed the pie chart to a graph, a bar graph, because it's just a bit easier to see it, I think, with everything on it, and it allows me to do things like this, so filter by balanced, and now we have no goalkeepers that are balanced, but we have all these people that are on a balanced personality, for example. So if I wanted to look at, who are our 2 low determination players, it's Beckham Wooden and Pete Daly. And there you go. So it allows you to do that. We've also got a new little bit of a setup here for the squad page. A lot of you are like, you could use the actual in-game data. So I've gone through that and set part of that up as well. We've got total minutes played. We've got goals, non-penalty expected XG or non-penalty XG, XG per 90, XG over performance. So you can see here that it was 5.09 for Louis Collins. Shot percentage on target, conversion into goals, assists, expected assists per 90, pass percent, clear cut chances created, chances created per 90, cross completion against attempt ratio, dribbles per 90, interceptions per 90, header percentage, header win ratio, tackles per 90, tackle win ratio, and average rating. That then gives us these over here. So the sum of goals scored by the club is 106. This was all for last year, obviously. Louis Collins was our top goal scorer and Pete Daly with the most assists. But we then looked at anyone that had overplayed over 900 minutes or more was then put into this thing here. So Pete Daly was our most creative player over the whole season. Louis Collins had the best non-penalty expected goals. Joseph Thorpe was our best average rating. Brandon Gilbert at centre-back had the best pass completion. Joseph Thorpe had the best tackle ratio per 90 minutes, which was very impressive. He also had the best header ratio out of anyone as well. And the average age of everyone that played over 900 minutes was 20.63. So the young age of the club is definitely starting to kick in as well. We've then sorted out by how many people are left-footed, so we can look at our very strong left-footed players if we want to. That's all of them there. We've got very strong right foot, all that good stuff. And then I thought a nice little touch would be to show how many minutes per age people have had. So 16-year-olds played 3,000 minutes last year. If you want the exact number, we can hover over it. It's 2,753. But yeah, 17-year-olds, 14,000 minutes, 18-year-olds, 14,000 minutes, and so on and so on. And then our goals as well. So 6 goals are scored by 16-year-olds. I don't know if I can click on that. Does it? It does filter out who got a goal. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. 5 of them were from Danny Willock and 1 of them were from Christian Jarvis. I'm surprised that worked, actually. There we go. So our 17-year-olds, 21 goals were scored, 14 from centre-back Tim Skiorton. 18-year-olds, Peter Daly was up there with 17 as well. And then so on and so on. And obviously the 28 for the 26-year-old was scored by Louis Collins, which is pretty nice, isn't it, of him to do that for us. I am working on something this is a bit of a work in progress, as you can tell, which is going to list the top 4 or 5 players for every item. I've used this into how we're actually going to start this season. So although this page isn't ready, I know what it needs to give me, and I've actually written it down on a post-it note over here about what we need to do going into season 2 using the data. So Well, that's enough of Power BI. Let's jump back into the game. And back into the game we go. No real news, obviously, to update you because there's no transfers, there's nothing like that. Ricardo Biggs has had 2 offers on him. We've turned them both down because they didn't meet our development loan stuff. No ins, no outs. I don't know if we released any other players this year. A few went. Mackenzie Lyle, Joseph Thorpe obviously didn't want new contracts. We didn't give new contracts to McLean, Jones, Bra, Mbata, Haley or Keithy Marag. So they have all gone. So there is an uptake, not an uptake, that's not the word I want, but there is a increase now of squad culling and squad changing, so we'll see how that goes. We have got a development program being set up, so you'll see that Ricardo Briggs is on the development program. So we're trying to get the director of football, we don't have one, so we're trying to actively get our head of youth development to loan out our players that are too old for the under-18s, but not quite good enough to get a starting 11 or 16 position in the squad. The under-18s are looking very healthy indeed, but manageable size, maybe a couple of too many players in there. We might see if we can get some of the 17-year-olds out for loan as well. You can see Abdullah David is listed for loan on the development list. Christian Jarvis, we haven't put him on there because I think he might get some game time for us this year. We've got a few 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds all on the list as well. Want those 16-year-olds to be getting as much game time as possible, and obviously looking at the potential. Callum Chapman up there, 16-year-old left winger, looking like he's going to be quite a decent player for us in the future. But yeah, really not too much to discuss. It's all been pretty nice, pretty easy. We're in the National League. Our first game is Boreham Wood, who actually came up with us. They won the league quite convincingly last year. So yeah, I think it's going to be tough. We're going to see how it goes. But we've got a new tactic to discuss. And utilising the data in how best the position should be filled with the players we have. So it's the highest ranking 11 players that we can put out, judging by position, is a 4-2-2-2-2. I always put too many twos on there. But this is how we should be lining up. If I go to, as I said, I wrote it all down in a post-it note because I haven't quite figured out how to do it in Power BI yet. But this is our starting lineup. So we know that Beckham Wooden is the best averaged out goalkeeper at the club. He's also the only one in the first team still on a youth contract, so it's probably going to push the other 2 players off there, but you never know. Elliot Moore is still by far and away the best right back, and then our centre backs are still the same. Tim Skjorten and Brandon Gilbert, although Romeo Quarry is pushing them pretty close nowadays. At left back, it's youngster Jake Fitzgerald straight into the team. He is the second best fullback at the club behind Elliot Moore. In the middle, it's as you probably would expect. It's Kyle Sop and Tom Bowen in there at the moment. Those 2 looking pretty good. On the right-hand side, this is where it gets interesting, because on the right-hand side, Charlie Ash is now the second best winger at the club behind Andrew Holland. And then up front is the only place we bend the rules slightly. Target forward is Dan Willock. And then next to him, we're playing Louis Collins. Now, Louis Collins isn't... I've got those 2 the wrong way around. Louis Collins isn't actually ranked in the top 5 best strikers at the club. But he continually scores goals. So he's the what do you call it? The erroneous man to the plan that rhymes, that we've got going on at the moment. I've even gone so far as to list down the subs that we should pick as well. So the subs are Romeo Quarry is sub 1. Then we've got Adam Beredetsky. We've got Leo Turner in there as another sub who should be in there. And Anton Swan. That is our 4. Who have I missed out? Quarry, Beredetsky, Turner. Oh, Pete Daly. And Pete Daly should be in there as well, because I don't think we get 5 subs. And that covers us. Romeo Quarry can play, according to the game, centre-back, right wing-back and holding midfielder. We know he's also a very, very, very good centre-back in this. Beredetsky is the 3rd best full-back at the club, the 1st best holding midfielder at the club, and the 3rd best central midfielder at the club. So that's quite interesting. Turner is on there at the moment because he can play DM, but also gives us support at full-back, because we know he can do a job there, and holding midfield if we need it. Pete Daly's on there as a winger and a central midfielder, can also fill in at striker. And Anton Swan is actually the 3rd best striker the 2nd best striker, behind Willock at the club. So that is how we're going to get into today's game. So Charlie Ash is the main one I'm a little bit concerned about. I'm sort of leaning towards starting Pete. Do you know what? We're going to have two people that bend the rule. Pete Daly and Collins are going to bend the rule because Daly was our most creative player of last season. So we're going to get into this game against Boreham Wood, who, as I say, ran away with the league last year. There is no other way to describe what they did. They ran away with the league very convincingly. 101 points. I say that. They only just beat Dulwich Hamlet by a point, but they were the best team in the division by quite a way. It was them on 101, Dulwich Hamlet on 100. Us were like 14 points behind Dulwich Hamlet, who we then beat in the playoff final. Spoilers, go and check it out if you haven't seen it. But, right, let's get into this one then. I think we just say... What do we say? I think we let Callum Davies say what he wants to say, and then we say go and make the difference and all that good jazz. I've got faith in you. All of that good stuff. As you can see, I've been doing pre-season back in 2D, so we will come... we'll stay in key highlights. We just know we've got to knock this all the way down. We'll go back into sideline, which is the one I prefer. And replays are on for goals still. Lovely, lovely stuff. So into a new season with a new formation, a new updated dashboard. It should be, hopefully, pretty good. They've got a corner to start off. Onuma is on it. Now, is that... Okay, they're 1-0 up. Alex Kirk has got it. It is Josh Onuma. That's cheating, isn't it? Having Josh Onuma in your team. I feel like that's a little bit unfair. But I do think this is going to be a tough season. I'm not expecting us to be, like, pulling up trees in this season. Safety is all we want in season 1 in I was going to say the championship. That would be very bold. In the National League. But you can see we're having more of the momentum. Boreham Wood potentially having a little bit more of it. But they've got the stat that counts, which is 1-0 up as they've gone into Charman. Charman is there again. Tries to square it to Camus. Goes back to Mather. Mather just pressured backwards into Kirk. Into Malon. Malon goes down the right-hand side. He's done well here, Malon, actually. Still going. Dinks in a cross. I don't understand how Charman even got his head to that. He was facing the wrong direction. But, yeah, we need more here, boys. Come on. We need more. I trust this system. I trust the data. I trust this is the best team that we can put out. Fitzgerald with a throw into Willock. If this is the season, if this is the formation we're sticking with for the season, Willock needs a big season. He really does. Moore, if he's... Oh, Moore, that's a terrible touch. And you're our best full-back and centre-back. Moore's basically the best player at the club. Oh, good interception from Daly. Daly, into the box, shoots. Oh, he's hit the post. Definitely should have squared it. Definitely, 100% should have squared it. But it's better. Tyra, that's a good ball into Mather. Chapman is going to miss that one. Gilbert will pick it up into Moore. Moore goes over the top looking for Collins. Collins squares it. Willock, he scores! Come on. We said he needed a big season, and he's having a big season. He's got 1-in-1, and that is absolutely superb. Oh, absolutely love to see it. Gilbert won the ball. Well, actually, Skjorten tackled him in the middle. Lovely little dink over the top from Elliott. Collins is there. First time cross into Willock, and that is 1-1. Half an hour gone, and we are back in this tie. And damn, look at this. It's domination. 7 shots to 2. 3 on target to 1. Oh, they've put a big cross in. Holland's going to pick this one up. He is our best attacking player in the squad, as well as Josh Onuma. That's not fair. You can't have Josh Onuma. I swear he used to play in the Premier League. Oh, that's a poor pass. Fitzgerald reads it well. Allsop into Holland, into Collins. Collins, is he going to shoot? No, he puts in Daly. Oh, just over the bar or past the post, one of the two. But it's 1-1 still. We're getting on top now. We're getting on top of this game. The data doesn't lie, does it? The data doesn't lie. Pick the best players in the most suitable formation for those players. And that's how you go. As Beckham Wooden goes out. Bowen's there. Over goes Holland. Over the top to Collins. Collins, he's scored so many like that last season. This season, he balloons it right over the bar on his left foot. But it is domination for Folkestone and Victor here. 10 shots to 2, 4 on target to 1. An XG of 1.12. We've hit the woodwork, 1 clear-cut chance. Really, we're in control of this game. Keep doing it. You're getting shots away, boys. You're doing well. We've got all the subs lining up and warming up on the sideline as well. But yeah, we are in good form here. So let me know your thoughts about the updated Power BI, the updated formation. I am trying to figure out a way that it can pick the best formation for you. I think that might be a step too far beyond my capabilities, but we'll keep an eye on it. As Daly is actually not having a good game on the right-hand side. So we're going to do Daly for Ash. and keep that one going. That was what we said we were going to start with Ash out there, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Osu puts a throw into Josh Onoma. He gets it back. It's headed away by Gilbert. Mata is on the edge. He's hit the post. And Osu waits for it to come to him, and Allsop reads it and clears. Oh, okay. Let's come on. Encourage. Give him a bit more encouragement into this second half. It's only 1-1. Even though we've been the better team, we haven't taken the lead yet. As Moore he's playing. He's not tired, but he's not playing brilliantly. The two central midfielders, I think, will get quite tired in this system. So with 14 minutes to go, we are going to take off Bowen and bring on Adam Beredatsky, and then he can go to the more defensive ball-winning midfielder role. We do Elliot Moore, I think, on a 6.6. Now, who did I have down as I had Beredatsky down as the best fullback cover as well. Right, okay. Do we put Beredatsky at fullback and bring on Leo Turner in there? Yes, I think we do. So Leo Turner comes on for Elliot Moore in there, and we'll see. That's fresh legs in central midfield, fresh legs in the defence, and of course we've brought on Ash to replace Pete Daly. But it's been a good performance. It's been a good performance with a few minutes left, 8 or so minutes left. Let's just give them one last shout of encouragement. 5 minutes to go. First game of the season. I think I'm going to touch wood here, but generally not losing is good for a newly promoted team. 2 newly promoted teams, neither of them losing. I think both teams would be happy, especially given that we're the away team. 13 shots, to nearly double the amount of shots they've had, more than double on target, much better XG. Both teams hit the woodwork. We had a clear-cut chance that we scored. Half chances, we had 2 to their 1. A good performance. We are going to give up more possession in this system, which I don't mind. But Dan Willock starts the season with a goal. You can't ask for more than that from a youngster who you've said needs to have a good season. But yeah, stick with the plan. Play like that more often than not. We win games. So Fitzgerald made his debut, which is really good. The 16-year-old born left-back made his debut for the club in the Folkestone Victors Vanarama National League 1-1 draw with Boreham Wood. He was given a great introduction by the team supporters, who are always keen to see local-born youngsters push in the first team ranks, which is great. It is mid-table, one played, 1 draw, goal difference of 0, and yeah, very happy with that. But if we have a quick look at the National League, after game number 1, we are 400 to 1 to win the league. Boreham Wood, who came up, by the way, predicted to finish 15th, 33 to 1. So drawing away from home with them, I think, is pretty decent. But some big teams down here: Tranmere, Chester, Southend, Oldham, Scunthorpe, Yeovil, Torquay, Boston United, Sutton, Barnet are still here, Newport County, Doncaster, like Hartlepool, Accrington Stanley. Who are they? It's like, they're big teams. There are some big teams in this league, so it's not going to be easy. Consolidation, get some results on the board. Let's see how we go. So looking at the schedule, we might come back for a few more games in this season. We'll see how it's going. If we're sort of just plodding along just above safety and there's not much to fight for or not much going on, we'll probably speed through it. But we might come back for a few more episodes in this season of season 5. It's a big, like, 5 seasons in is quite a big deal, and we've got promoted. We're in a new division, so there's potential to have a few more games on camera, I guess. Of course, we've got to go to Flamingo Land Stadium. Why wouldn't you do that? But yeah, all is looking good. You can see that I did all of pre-season and then thought, shit, yes, I haven't looked at the data about what system we should be playing. It was a 4-2-4 wide is what we should be doing. Really, pre-season was okay. We played a number of the bigger teams that would come to us, like Man United's and your Liverpool's won't come to Cheriton Road yet, so we couldn't do that. We did lose to Dover in a friendly, which was annoying. Beat Poole, beat Wealdstone, beat Farnborough, lost to Dover, Dorking and Wimbledon, drew with Woking and Barnet. So a mixed bag, but we were trying different players out in different systems and seeing what we could do and going through my list of best players and who was doing what. So yeah, not too bad. Anyway, I'm blabbering on. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please do like, subscribe, all of that good stuff that all the content creators say to do. It actually really does help. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.